ready for the haircut, are you? Oh, just hit you in the face. The haircut, the locks are gone. The lustrous brown locks are chopped off officially. All right, everybody, welcome to Tusk Talk with Ty. Huh? Yeah. On this, what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday night, 6:42. Razorback baseball game is on. I'm keeping up with the score. I've got it on my screen, so don't freak out. Arkansas has taken a lead, bottom of the second, over ORU, 1-0. So, hey, we're doing it all. Looking good. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was time. It was time. I wasn't about to go on that cruise on Saturday or for the next 8 days with those, with the locks flowing in the Gulf of America winds. All right, welcome. I hope you guys so far have had a really good week. Arkansas is going to play Kansas Thursday night. So I don't know about you guys, but I am pumped. A lot of folks are not picking Arkansas. Like, not very many people at all are picking Arkansas to win this game. So once again, Arkansas is going to be, they're gonna be the David in the David versus Goliath apparently. But even though Kansas is like really sus this year in a really sus conference. But, yeah, no, we'll let Kansas be the overwhelming favorite. At least if you look at the ESPN Basketball Power Index, I think they favor KU by quite a bit. It's like 70. Well, their odds are like 70% in favor of KU. Let's tilt the screen over a little bit so we get that beautiful direct service overhead post-game gold chain there. You could see it. Thing is gorgeous. So shout out to our sponsor, Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than best results. Just the best around. Period. That's just all there is to it. Almost 1,000 5-star reviews. 501-244-3667. Again, that's 501-244-3667. That's for Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Service. They do it all when it comes to your garage door. Okay, well, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. I did pick the suicide time. I shouldn't say that word because YouTube will censor what I say, but I picked a horrible time to go live right in the middle of a baseball game, but I had no other choice. My schedule's a little locked up, and it's on a night that I don't normally stream. So hopefully you guys watch this on Wednesday and you share the content. If you got any questions or comments, fire away. So, yeah. Fishman says KU definitely isn't Goliath. Well, right. But in the eyes of the media, in the eyes of the national media, though, Fishman, you know how this is. Arkansas is going to always be David. That's just all there is to it. And it, whatever. Audible gasp, says Megan. Hog fan 40 ounces looking good. Appreciate that. Fishman says he just voted with his Razorback colored glasses right now. So there's a poll. Honestly, who you got? Arkansas, Kansas. Overwhelmingly, Arkansas in favor or out in front at 92%. Wow. 92%. So, we'll see as we get a few more people that hop in here. Man. Okay. All right. Boy, I wish I could have gone live earlier. Yeah, so there's a couple things here to talk about before we get into the Arkansas KU game. First off, Tyrone Broden, really quick. I don't know if you guys had caught this earlier today or not, but Tyrone Broden reported that he ran at it was Arkansas's pro day. Now, I don't have all the numbers in front of me, what everybody did, but I saw that Broden had posted he ran a 4.2240. I'm going to tell you guys, anything really below, like, let's be real, if you're running a 4.6, you're moving. That's still pretty fast. For, like, the average person, 4.6 is moving. Like, there's some dual-threat quarterbacks or even running backs in the league that run, like, 4.6s, 4.5s, and you would swear up and down they look like they're a lot faster. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. We don't really have, not everyone is running these 4.3 40s. Arkansas, Matt Landers, what was that last year? Was that last year Matt Landers dropped that 4.3, what was it, 4.35 40? That's just insane. So, like, obviously the lower you go on that scale, when you drop down below 4.4, you're really moving. Like, that's lightning quick. Listen, I hope someone signs Tyrone Broden. I really do. I hope he gets a shot in the league. Everything I've heard, he is a good kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I know he had to deal with some offseason stuff this year. He definitely dropped some balls this season, and there were some concerns with Tyrone Broden. There were some concerns with him. Why was he getting so many more snaps over some of these other receivers? And I don't know. I mean, obviously Petrino and the coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball saw something in Broden. Broden just kind of failed to deliver a little bit, and but hey, I'm happy he dropped that at the pro day. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. To my knowledge, and I've been to 2 pro days at Arkansas. Don't know that I'll ever be allowed back at another one, but I've been to 2 pro days. To my knowledge, these are not laser times. Okay, these are hand-timed 40s. And people, I already saw Discord, someone was talking about it like, oh, wow, you dropped this 4.3, 4.2, 40. I'm not saying Broden doesn't move really well. I mean, obviously, you watch that video, that dude is moving. He's fast. Saw him up close in person in practice multiple times. He can move. He's one of the reasons why I thought he would have a really good year in 2024. But I'm going to ask, I would love to see that with a laser time. I want to see what his laser time for. And listen, at the end of the day, let's say it's a 4.35 laser time. Now, you'd be shocked at how much different laser times are compared to hand times. I've seen some examples over the years that are just, wow, what? It's actually a bigger difference than we thought. Like, there is a difference between a 4.2, and a 4, mid 4.4, high 4.4, low 4.5. I would love to see that with a laser time 40, but I'm happy he did that. I hope scouts were paying attention. I think he could be, with a clear mind, clear heart, man, the right program or the right organization. Who knows, man? Tyrone Broden could do some damage. I don't know. I mean, he didn't do it here. But like I said, I think there are other things going on. There's always, the system fit is always a question. Did he just not fit in Petrino's style? And if that was the case, again, why was he getting so many snaps? But I am happy for him that he dropped that. And I'm happy that he's happy about it, right? He's all over Twitter just like, wow, look at this. And that's awesome. I'm happy for him. But again, you put that with the laser time, something tells me that probably drops by a little bit. But again, you're splitting hairs. Let's say it's even a 4.4. You're still kind of splitting hairs a little bit. But then when you talk, like, if I'm sure if you asked an NFL scout, like, hey, this guy, he's this tall, and he just dropped a 4, let's say it's a 4.3, like, that's the difference. That's the difference between the hand time and the laser time. Their jaw's probably going to hit the floor regardless, right? So, again, I'm happy for him. I hope that gets him some cheddar. I really do. But, again, there's other things, right? And other things that go along with what a scout's looking for. It's not just the 40 time. We get all caught up in the 40 times. I see that all the time. Like, oh my God, he's this tall and he runs this 40. And again, Matt Landers, I made a video about it because I really thought Landers was going to do something in the NFL, like make some rosters, maybe even get a shot at some targets. I don't even know what he's up to. I don't even know where he's at. I could have sworn I read somewhere he was with Seattle. Maybe he was with their I don't think he made a roster, which is, again, surprising to me because I thought Landers was a really good receiver. So I don't expect someone text me last night, or no, it was at lunch today. Someone texted me. So this means he's getting drafted, right? I don't think so. No, Broden's probably not going to get drafted. But listen, man, free agent deal. Hopefully he can sign one. I want all these dudes to get their bread, man. I want everyone to get a little, get some cheddar. I want them all to get paid, make some big bucks. So, yeah, I'm sure he did well with the NIL here. I'm sure he did. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, hit the subscribe button if you're new. My 40 was 4.7, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. I don't remember my 40. I don't remember. That was a long time ago, man. The last time I ran a 40 was, 2000? My junior year in high school? I couldn't even tell you what it was. It wasn't good. I know that much. It wasn't good. Ty, I'm going to the game Thursday. Hey, dang, yeah, I bet you are. That's awesome, dude. I appreciate the compliment on the haircut. Thank you so much. My fastest 40 was a 5.0. Now I'd be lucky to run under a 6. Dude, I don't know what I ran. I really don't remember. It was not good. It was slow for even all the offensive linemen at Fayetteville High. Like, again, this was 20-something years ago. There's a way you're supposed to run the 40. I definitely didn't. You didn't know any better, right? Now they teach you how to run the 40 properly. Fishman is killing it with that joke. That's hilarious. Oh, you can't handle the truth, says I got my hair did today. Hey, all right, man. Haircut bros. All right. Yeah. So, So again, congrats to Broden. Hope he makes some paper, man. Go out there and earn it. Hey, I see the retweet, Brim. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the retweet, sir. All right, take the poll. You guys tell me why you like Arkansas. Tell me why you like Arkansas or Kansas. Sorry, I'm bad at doing two things at once here. Tell me your give me your pick or take your pick in the poll and then tell me in chat, this is who I took. I like whatever, Kansas because the guard play, the matchups with the guards. Hunter Dickinson. We didn't face him during the exhibition. Arkansas did not have to face him, but I would also argue that Arkansas is a different team even compared to then. Like, both teams are, right? I mean, when you go through a whole season like that, both teams are going to be quite a bit different. KU's got some issues, and this is why it's a little – I'm not saying no one in the national media has picked Arkansas. I'm sure maybe some have come around. I don't know. I really think this game's going to be closer than what a lot of people are suggesting. So again, if you look at the Arkansas, let's see if I could pull up the. By the way, bottom of the third, Arkansas is still winning 1-0 over ORU. Let me see if I can pull up. Bum 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 bum. No. Here we go. All right, boop, 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 boop. Right here. Can you see that? I'm going to pull this up on my phone, make sure it looks all right. ESPN, the matchup predictor, likes KU at 71%. They like KU at 71%. So that's according to ESPN analytics, right? Oh, good. It's on the screen. Okay. I can blow it up for you, too, if you need me to. Let's do this. So there it is. I'm sure you guys have seen it. But they like KU at 71%, man. That is insane to me. That's insane. Like, first off, yeah, I get it. Like, Kansas still has they've got the guys. Okay, they've got the guys. We know this. If you pull up their season here, they finished 11-9 in conference play. And again, this is a year for the Big 12 that was not good. Not good for the Big 12. Outside of Houston and Texas Tech, I don't know. I kind of like Arizona as a sleeper in the tournament. I do. I kind of like them. But everyone else, I just, I don't know, man. I don't really like BYU. Houston could be just they are what they are. Texas Tech's going to be, they could sneak in there in their bracket. BYU, I've got reservations with. Arizona is just one of those teams when you look at tournament play also could be really good, right? But KU, they go to Baylor, they lose by 11. They started the year off really nice. They started off 7-0, which included wins over Michigan State, North Carolina, who, let's be real, shouldn't even be in the tournament, but whatever. North Carolina, Michigan State. They take care of Oakland 78-57. There's a familiar foe. UNC Wilmington, they smashed by nearly 20. They take care of Duke, man. I mean, they're kind of rolling. At this point, everyone thought, oh, yeah, this is going to be the team to beat. And then they run into a couple of losses to Creighton, and then they lose to Missouri. They go on to lose to West Virginia. couple decent wins. Then they go to Iowa State and they get beat up on. Iowa State wins 74-57. They do go on the road and they beat TCU 74-61. Not like TCU was world beaters, but they were all right. They were just kind of a vanilla 500 team. And then they take on Houston, and this is a good game. I caught some of this, 92-86. This was a pretty good game. At Baylor, like we mentioned earlier, they lose by 11, but then they beat Iowa State at home. So we fast forward a little bit. It just gets real dicey. They lose to Utah. That's not a good loss. Like the Utah loss was not good. They lost to BYU on the road. They got smoked 91-57. And then they play some actual legit tournament, high-caliber tournament teams, and they lose to 2 out of 3 of them. In fact, they split Arizona at the end of the year. They split it. They barely beat them there, and then they lost in the tournament. This is the quarterfinal, right? Yeah, right there, quarterfinal. So I don't. Kansas is just such an interesting beast. They're an interesting team when you look at them from any angle. They are an interesting matchup for Arkansas. Hunter Dickinson is him. Offensively, Hunter Dickinson it can be a powerhouse. The guy's averaging close to 18 points a game. We're gonna get into it here in just a minute. You guys again tell me, who do you like? Oh, there's Arky56. Looking good, Ty. Keep it like that. I know you like it, Dad. I know. Papa Ty said, don't go furry again. Yeah, right? I know. Hey, man. Just looking good. Now all I need's my toothpick. Little Razor Ramon. He had kind of that slick back, almost mullet-like hairdo. Hog Heath says Broden 4240. Does that make him the quickest drop? Bro, that's cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded, man. Oh, Lord. Yeah. For hand-timed, but yeah, right? He dropped a lot of balls this year. There's no doubt. We were all over it. We covered it. We said it, right? As the season went on, we were just like, what's going on, Broden? Ultimate Gaming says, I choose Arkansas. I think Brazil and Adu have a big game. We're going to talk about this here in just a second with those two. I'm still rolling with the Hog, says you can't handle the truth. Unbiased Brim says, I found a good ticket for under $200. Dude, that's a good price. For these two legendary coaches, Bill Self and Calipari, and just to think you've got Pitino, come on. I like him. I think Omaha's going to present some challenges for that bunch, but I really think St. John's I think they could go pretty deep. I think St. John's can make like a Sweet 16 Elite 8 run. I think. I don't know. I thought Iron Man was doing the show. Oh, well, that's just so sweet. I need those glasses, right, that Tony Stark wears. If they let this game get physical, I like our chances. They do masterclass incoming. Says who said that? I just read it and now I lost the name. Oh, Matt, what's up, man? How you doing? Again, make sure you guys like, share, hit the subscribe button if you're new. All right, Kansas. They're 20th in the net. They finished with double-digit losses for the second consecutive season, a first since the 98-2000 season. Arkansas ranks 73rd in adjusted offensive efficiency, while Kansas ranks 11th in adjusted defensive efficiency. Historically, Kansas boasts an impressive first-round performance with a 47-5 record. They will aim to overcome Arkansas, who narrowly won their last encounter 72-71 in 2023. This matchup, of course, you remember that game. This matchup marks a critical moment as both teams vie for advancement in the tournament. The Kansas program hasn't been seeded outside the top 4 in March Madness in 2 decades. Y'all, that is insane. Let me read that again. The Kansas Jayhawk basketball program hasn't been seeded outside the top 4 in March Madness since the 99-2000 season when they were the number 8 seed. The Jayhawks ended up losing to the number 1 seed, Duke Blue Devils, in the second round that year. Yeah, and Kansas, I already have it noted. We already talked about it, but Kansas did start the year off 7-0 with wins over Duke, North Carolina, Michigan State. But since then, they have fallen to 14-12. The Jayhawks played 4 games against tournament teams in their final 7, winning the one, which we mentioned over Arizona State at home. Kansas lost to Texas Tech at home 78-73, and then to Houston 65-69. What does – hold on. Loving you. You ever notice I get the same damn song stuck in my head? Here's what BroThrow says again. Sign up. Go lay down some money. Peer-to-peer sports gambling. You're not betting against a brick and mortar. Use promo code TUSK, T-U-S-K. I think it's all caps. It may not even matter. The spread right now favors Kansas at 4.5. The over-under sitting just under 146 at 145.5. Well, we're already starting to get these. Look at this. It's not even. We're going to rack these up, man. Going to get some more in there. They are a sponsor of Tusk Talk with Ty, the live show. So, again, this game, 6:10 p.m. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. This game is 6:10. Thank you, Jesus. This game is not like a 7:30 or 8:30 tip-off. Thank you, Lord. 4.5 spread for Kansas in favor of. That's kind of wild, too, when you consider like everyone. Most everyone is taking Kansas in this matchup. And I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of thought it would be a little higher. I was thinking Kansas would probably be favored by 8 or 9, maybe even double digits, because it's Kansas. It's Hunter Dickinson, right? I mean, they've got, and not to mention not just Hunter, but they've got guards. They've got really good guards. They have high-level guards. Slightly less homeless Ty. Keep it up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So what's the matchup? What is the matchup? You guys tell me, and I want to know what Brim thinks too. Tell me what you're interested in these matchups. I'm going to tell you the matchup, the one matchup I think that could really control and maybe even will be the deciding factor at who comes out of this. I think it is going to be a close game. I don't remember if I actually put my pick in. By the way, Tusk Talk with Ty Discord, we have our prediction list. Go lay down a prediction. Put your XP where your mouth is. You're not gambling your XP or anything. You're just, if you get it right, you get some XP in Tusk Talk Discord. Tell me what you think here, and then go put it in the Tusk Talk Discord prediction page. Hunter Dickinson. To me, this is the ultimate battle. Hunter Dickinson versus Jonas Aidoo. Hunter Dickinson possibly versus both Jonas Aidoo and Trevon Brazile. This is where it's going to come down to, in my opinion. You cannot let this cat go off for 18, 19, 20-plus points. You can't let him affect the game the way that he can on the offensive end of the floor. Now, on defense, I'm going to be real with you. I really think Arkansas has a shot at getting some points in the paint. Hunter Dickinson is not a defensive force. He's not, terrible. He's going to attack the boards. He might play a little bit more aggressively on defense. He's probably going to have to. But in one area on the floor, to me, it's going to come down to Hunter Dickinson and Jonas Aidoo. And Aidoo's play around the post on both sides, right? He's done pretty well, even just shooting around the post. He's been knocking them down. Don't see a lot of dunks out of him, but he's someone who he's found a way, nice little jump shot right around the post. And then on defense, he's guarding the rim pretty well. Of everyone, it comes down between him and Brazile. Of the two bigs that are going to play around the post, closest to the rim, him and Brazile have been fantastic. These two on Hunter Dickinson's going to be and this isn't breaking news for anyone who's paying attention to this matchup, right? Nothing I'm saying is like breaking news. Oh my God, Ty just blew our minds with this one. If you've kind of been on the outside looking in, like, oh, they made the tournament. Oh, what do you know? Juggling balls, just juggling balls against the 26-year-olds. That's, to me, this is where this is where it's gonna matter the most. If Hunter Dickinson's able to get going, then you've got Zeke Mayo to deal with, right? And some of these other guards. Kansas, and by the way, Zeke can knock down the outside shot. If Hunter Dickinson starts to have his way around the rim, and of course he's going to get a few, right? Okay, you're not going to completely stop a guy like Hunter Dickinson. It's just not going to happen. He's probably going to be in the realm of, like, even if you play really good defense on this guy, I don't know that you're going to completely shut him down. He is a big reason why Kansas is in the tournament at all. Well, and him and Zeke. These two combined, they score 33 of Kansas's 76 points per game. Those two guys alone are scoring 33, 34 points a game between the two of them, if not a little higher. It's an inside-outside combo it's as deadly as any in the tournament. Like, you're going to have to deal with Zeke Mayo. I don't know who you want to put on Zeke. I've been juggling. In fact, when I made the title to this show, I was like, well, who would you want on Zeke? I don't know. You guys tell me your matchup favorites on the floor. Like, what are you looking forward to? Zeke is going to be an interesting matchup problem for just about anybody. He can kind of do it all. He is shooting right around 41% outside. He can stretch the floor. He's averaging close to 15 points a game. He's getting about 3 or so assists per game. Dwan Harris is another guy. I mean, you talk about a ball distributor. This guy's around six assists per game, just about double-digit points per game. Dwan Harris can get it going. KJ Adams, they're forward. Like, they've got some pieces around Dickinson and Mayo that make this thing work. Like, they're obviously loaded down with talent. They do what they want. The matchup, the thing about Zeke Mayo is you're not talking about like a 6'6", 6'7" stretch 4 or stretch 3, right? He's not stretch 3, but you're talking about someone who's like 6'3", 6'4", but he's just athletic and he just does a little bit of everything. But again, he can knock down the outside shot. He can get 5-6 boards a game. And he's the other thing too that Kansas kind of presents some issues. Both he and Hunter Dickinson are seniors. They've been around. By the way, Dickinson is a double-double guy, right? And I believe if you do your job, if Brazil and Adu do their job on Dickinson, you could prevent him from being a double-double guy, keep him in low-digit scoring. Well, for him, that would be like 12 points, right? 12, 14 points. And then keep him off the boards. You've got a shot here at beating these guys. You've got a real good shot. This is a tough one to pick because this is probably one of the better inside-outside offensive teams in this tournament. Like, I think they really are. When they play at their best, they play at their highest level. This is a very tough team that can either stretch the floor. They've got a couple other guards that can just slash straight to the rim. And Hunter Dickinson could maybe, even if you kind of take him out of the game, it doesn't mean it's a guaranteed win, but if you really shut the brakes down on this guy, if Adu and Brazil clog up the lane, get in his face, alter any look that he has around the post, don't let him, keep him off the boards, you have a legit shot at winning this game. It could, and it probably will. I think it could. I'm leaning 70% likely you win this game if you could take Hunter Dickinson out. Like, that's how much I favor Arkansas if they can manage to do that. Now, again, can't overlook their guards. Can't overlook what some of these other guys can do. They've got some other post players, too, that haven't gotten a lot of looks this year. Kansas on the year, they're a really good rebounding team. Not quite elite. They're not in that elite category. They average about 39 per game. Anytime you're close to 40 boards a game. It could also be the style of play, too. Like, that always factors into it. But they're averaging, like I said, about 39 boards per game. That's good enough for 42nd in the country. And there's, like, how many teams in Division I hoops? There's a lot, right? They're a high assist team. They're one of the best assist teams in the country. Watch them play a little bit. I watched Kansas play a little bit this year. They're really good, and they could be pretty balanced. They only give up about 69 points a game. lately they've been giving up some points. Lately they've been giving up some points. They gave up 83 to Arizona. They gave up 94 to UCF, and they gave up 88 to Arizona again. They gave up 80-plus points to Arizona. Oklahoma State, they shut down. Like, that was their margin of victory. That was their largest margin of victory game, I think, of the year against a in-conference opponent, which was 96-64. Oklahoma State was garbage this year. I thought there was another game. I thought there was a crap team that scored a bunch of points on them. Yeah, I mean, UCF, the first time they played UCF, at home, UCF scored 87. But, we're kind of, different styles. And Kansas, I think what's going to be the most interesting, it is going to be Arkansas's defense. It's going to be how they respond to what KU can do on offense. Obviously, the Calipari versus Cal versus, oh, my God, why am I blanking on Bill Self? That's obviously the thing that everyone talks the most about, right? Two legendary coaches, Bill Self and Cal. And then you got Rick Pitino. If you get past KU, I think you end up playing St. John's. What a history that guy's had, Rick Pitino. My God. This man's been coaching since the 70s. I guess that's what happens when you're 72 years old, right? He was an assistant at Hawaii in 1974. I did not know that. Wow. He was at Hawaii for a little while. He was an assistant for Syracuse, and then eventually he would go on his run in the NBA. He would coach Louisville for a long time. Got caught up in some stuff in his time at Louisville. But he's been at St. John's since 2023. Yeah. If you get past Bill Self and KU, and this is the other thing, I think this bracket that we're looking at is one that's pretty tough to lay a finger on, like really figure out. I've gone over my bracket, I don't know how many times. I haven't made any changes. I do have Duke winning the whole thing over Florida. So you got a couple of 1 seeds there. Let's see if I can pull that up. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, 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 bop. You guys ever seen Zoolander? Ben Stiller's dad. Bop, 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 bop. Got to take a piss. This is my tell me I don't have ADD. This is my bracket. I will change this. I don't think I'm going to stick with this. Hell, I might take Florida. I just love what they do on offense, as much as I hate to admit that. They could be on their way to their 3rd national championship. I've got them. They've got to get over Michigan State for me. I really like what Michigan State's doing. Purdue is the one I don't know if I like the 4 seed there making it. So I'm probably going to go back and make some adjustments. Who do you guys have in your brackets? Tell me. So I've got right now, I do have Arkansas over KU. And then I picked Arkansas over St. John's. Am I sticking with that in my official bracket? I'm here to tell you that I am switching my pick to Kansas. Again, there's a lot of variables with this, right? And this is just like the last time. When the only other time I ever changed my pick was when after officially putting my pick in and talking about it on a live show, and then the next day I changed my pick to Arkansas, was when Arkansas played Kansas in the tournament. That day I woke up and I posted it on the community page. I'm switching my pick over to Arkansas, and Arkansas would go on to win that game. For right now, I'm picking Kansas. One of the reasons I have a hard time seeing. First off, we don't know how Big Z's hand is really doing. I don't know that we're ever going to get the truth on that, right? When it comes to all these players, right? I don't know what to believe about, like, the extent of their injuries. I don't know how well Big Z really did in shoot around. I'm not a trusting guy. I think he could be limited. The other issue I have, even though I love the way Jonas Adu has played lately, Hunter Dickinson can score, man. I mean, I'm just going to say it. He has played against some – don't get me wrong, the Big 12 is garbage this year. It wasn't good. But it's not to say that the Big 12 doesn't have really good players in that conference. They really do. It might just be a coaching issue in that conference. I'm not really sure what the hell is going on with the Big 12. We talked all year about the ACC. But it's not like, has he played someone that's overall better than a Jonas Adu or a Trevon Brazile? Yeah, and he scored points. He is very difficult to slow down. He's very difficult to take out of a game. I mean, anytime you're averaging close to 18 points a game, even if it's the Big 12 that's down, like, you're doing something right. You know, and he's a 53% shooter. He's getting over 30-plus minutes per game. I just think Hunter Dickinson, and it's not even just Hunter Dickinson. It's the rest of this team. It's the rest of these guards. There's just so much here to deal with. Your hands are full with this team. Now, again, they're not loaded down with elite. Like, they're not loaded down like they typically would be. Like, yeah, they've got great talent. Zeke Mayo is going to be a problem. And I don't know that I have faith they're going to be able to really put Hunter out of this game. I feel like Hunter Dickinson's going to have a ball game, and I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope Jonas Adu can keep doing what he's been doing. Brazile playing at the level he's playing at. The other X factor here that I'm really it almost makes me – I would totally change my pick if I knew for sure how healthy Boogie Flan was, how many minutes Boogie Flan is going to get in this game, because I honestly don't know. By the way, ORU just tied the game up top of the fifth. It's 1-1, Arkansas and ORU, just FYI. Again, they've got guards that can hack and slash. They're going to do what they need to do to get Hunter involved in one way or another. Now, again, he's not a great defensive guy. I don't know, man. Whoever wins, it feels like a final 3 or 4 possession kind of game. And a Hunter Dickinson and a Zeke Mayo with the experience this roster has, I don't know, man. It really is. It's a tough one. This is what I would typically call a coin flip kind of matchup. It feels like a coin flip. Like, it really could come down to the final 3 or 4 possessions for each team on offense is what I mean. And that's probably what will happen unless Boogie Flan, and now I know they showed video of him warming up and everything. I think it was Hogs Plus, showed him getting more and more involved. If he comes back and you stick to the chemistry, you stick to the formula that has worked since Adu Thero has been out, you stick to that formula, and then you get Boogie Flan in there playing at the 2, letting DJ Wagner hold everything down at the point, this could be a really interesting game for Arkansas. That could be the X factor that we just don't know. And he may even only get 10 to 15 minutes, but if he can get quality minutes on the floor, it could change the landscape for Arkansas, not just in this game, but moving forward. I stand by what I said with Adu Thero. I really just don't think I don't think Adu plays unless Arkansas goes on a Sweet 16 Elite 8 run. So I don't think obviously I don't think he's going to be available for this game, and I don't think he'd be available for the second game, which I believe would be against Patino and St. John's, but we'll see. But I do like I'm going to have to go back. In fact, I'm going to go back to my bracket right now. I'm going to switch it to Kansas. And I think I would take St. John's over KU, but that's another tough one. I don't know, man. If KU's good enough to get by Arkansas, and they're good enough even with a healthy Boogie Flan getting quality minutes, but they still managed to win that game, I don't know. Maybe Kansas is good enough to go on a little bit of a run. I have right now Texas Tech taking on. So I've got Florida over Memphis and then Florida over Texas Tech to advance to the Final Four. I don't know that anyone's getting past Florida, man. I really don't. I don't know that anybody's getting past Florida. Arkansas is – I don't know that they're red hot, but Arkansas is playing a really good brand of ball. And it's been since Adu Thero and Flan, mostly – not Thero is a part of the good. It's been since Boogie left out, right? It's been since he was hurt, going all the way back to early SEC play. Arkansas kind of figures it out against Georgia, beating Georgia by 3. They lose to Oklahoma. I say it every damn year. They just don't know how to beat Oklahoma. I don't know what it is in hoops. But going on the road, beating Kentucky, beating Texas on the road. And this was when Texas was still playing a pretty good – they were dealing with some injuries and everything. But, Arkansas just – the one thing I'll give Cal, he has been able to limit some of the better, more, higher contributing players. Look what he did to Tremont Mark for Texas, right? But Arkansas did win that one, right? You felt confident after that game, especially after the Texas game. Oh, well, the Kentucky game wasn't a fluke. And then you're getting blown out by Alabama in the first half, and you come back and you fight your way back in. You do end up winning 3 of your last 4 total matchups. The South Carolina game is a head scratcher. I don't know what the hell happened in that game. Arkansas has the capacity to win some of these closer games. But man, I don't know. I just think Kansas just presents. First off, these are guys that they're upperclassmen. Pitino knows what he's doing. Cal knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's won his fair share of tournament games. Unfortunately, I just think right now, and I could wake up tomorrow, Wednesday, the day before tip-off, and change my mind. I don't know. It's just a coin flip. It really is. It is a tough game for me to pick. And that's the way every tournament game. That's why it's March Madness, man. I mean, every one of these games is a coin flip. Well, most of them, not all of them. Obviously, you favor. I don't know that we're going to see any early exits from the 1 seeds. I really don't. I don't know. Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston are the 1 seeds. I don't know that I see any of the 1 seeds get knocked out in the first round. However, there are some interesting 1 versus 8s. And even 1 versus 9 with Auburn and Creighton as a potential. Or Auburn versus Louisville, right? The 1 versus the 8 or the 9. Brady Lewis with a super chat. Let me read this. Pitino has now taken a record 6 different schools to the big dance. I did not know that. 6 different schools to the big dance, and tied with Cal for the record of most schools taken to the Final Four with 3. Wow. Appreciate the super chat, Brady. Ty playing devil's advocate to get us excited. No, I'm not, Hog Heath. I'm really not. It is just simply, it's like, and I do this often. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be like, no, man, I'm crazy. Arkansas is going to win this game. I will. I guarantee I'll wake up tomorrow and have a different pick, and then I'll do it again on Thursday. But right now, I just do like Kansas to win. So I guess I'm siding with the national media at the moment. I'm siding that Goliath is going to maybe, take care of business here. Imagine Ellie just drops 25 points and we go on a Final Four run. I'm telling you, man, that's the thing that could be. That's the thing that could be what nobody sees coming, right? Boogie Fland, if he's healthy, there's no doubt. You can say what you want about the offense not finding itself with him playing primarily at the point, him playing the 1, but there is no question that dude, he can distribute and he can slash and score and do things. I thought he was one of the better freshmen in the SEC, and it is a bummer to have lost him. And obviously Adu Thero, I think, I'm just going to be real, I think Adu Thero was in one way or another was a bigger loss for Arkansas. You can't measure the heart of a team. Hogs win in that intangible. Well, KU is, again, this is the worst seeding they've had in 2 decades. And their players are going to know that. Their players are going to know that. And Bill Self, I got a lot of respect for Bill Self, man. I really do. What did Hog Heath say? Well, he deleted whatever he said. Ty with the fresh go. What's up, Travis? What are you doing, man? What's going on, brother? I have to think that tired legs can really help overcome any chemistry issues. I bet these guys will be happy to have Boogie back. It is nice to get him back in that rotation. Even if it's just 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, whatever, it is nice to get him back in the rotation, without a doubt. And that is going to help things out quite a bit. I do agree with that. I guess the question is, moving forward, how much can he really impact the floor? How many minutes is he going to get? And can we get more of what we've seen out of Brazil on both ends of the floor? And the same with Jonas, right? Headed to a job, unfortunately. Oh, no, that sucks. I appreciate all the retweets, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I will be live for the postgame on Thursday night. Keep in mind, that will be my last live show. I have an edited video. It's done. It's ready to be uploaded for next week. Won't be much content next week. Obviously, I'll be on a boat. I will not be available. But, yeah, I'll be back. We'll discuss whatever happens, right? I'm debating. I'm hearing the internet package on the boat is actually pretty cheap. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's like $30 a day, and I only need it for like a day. If they let me do it that way, then yeah, man, I might pay for it. I might call in to Travis Ford and Tim Neal will be hosting if Arkansas advances, and then they'll be hosting the Monday Night Live regardless, right? Boogie means more fresh legs and quality minutes if we get some if we have some foul trouble. I hope you're right, Heath. I really do. Bottom of the fifth, Arkansas, it's still 1-1. Arkansas's at the plate. They got a man on first with no outs. Jonas and Jonell will be playing for whatever post-college basketball future they have. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you might be right about that. Yep. That's a fair point. And it's not like Arkansas doesn't have some older guys on their team as well, right? I mean, they've got several guys that have tournament experience. Nelly being one of them. Can they get FAU Nelly? Can they get Final Four run FAU Nelly? And that might change the entire landscape of what happens moving forward. It is a thing when these guys just heat up. It is a thing. God dang it. I think I'm going to pick Arkansas now. Just believe in Nelly, baby. Just believe he's going to turn it on. It's that time of year. It's his time of year. It's the Nelly show. Get involved, baby. I think I am. I think I'm going to switch it back to Arkansas. Oh man, I'm folding like a cheap lawn chair right now. I part of me wants to, the more you think about it out loud, it's like, and you're actually saying it out loud and you're hearing yourself a little bit. It's like, wait a minute. Maybe I can convince myself that Arkansas is going to win this bad boy. You guys on the poll overwhelmingly favor Arkansas to win this thing at 92%. Make sure you put in the vote here. Good job, chat. We turned Ty back. You turned me away from the abyss, from the darkness. Travis says, don't you dare pick the Hogs. Oh, so you're wanting me to do the whole reverse jinx thing, right? Listen, man, I did pretty well on my predictions towards the end of the year. I do love that Cal said that Boogie was worried about possibly disrupting the rhythm of the team if he played. So we know that he is aware that he shouldn't just go back to a very, very ball-dominant role, says Brady Lewis. That's a good point, man. Yeah, I love that too. We'll see if he comes through with it, right? Like at the end of the day, you got to work with what works, right? You got to work. You got to work with what's getting you points and doing their job on defense. Arkansas has done an outstanding job on defense. By the way, Arkansas just scored, no outs, 2-1, man on first and second. So you got a runner in scoring position, bottom of the fifth. Right, bottom of the fifth. They're batting. So Arkansas has taken the lead 2-1. All right. That's it for me. I'll be back on the postgame. I'll be back for Arkansas and Kansas for the postgame. You guys make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you know as soon as I go live. Shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Just the best around, man. Best in Arkansas. Check out the links provided for you down below. And, of course, go lay down a bet with our other sponsor, BroThrow. Use promo code TUSK. You're that confident in Arkansas winning the game. Go lay down a bet, son. 4.5 is the spread. Go do it on BroThrow, peer-to-peer sports betting, based out of Arkansas. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your it feels like a freaking Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We're going to end this poll. Put an end to it. You guys overwhelmingly picked Arkansas. That is a lot higher than I thought you would pick. I knew you would favor Arkansas. I didn't know it'd be that much. Obviously, I did nothing to change your minds. Good. Hey, fine. That's fine. Because I might be there right there with you. Appreciate all the super chat. And, of course, Patreon. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Please consider joining. Whether you're a $4 tier, $8 tier, $20, which is legendary status, consider joining, man. It helps out a truly independent channel. So, yeah, I appreciate you. We'll see what Arkansas does. I'm excited. I'm glad they're in the tournament. Is it a successful year because you made the tournament? I would say it was kind of what we expected with a few more losses, but I want to see them out of the first round. And then let's just see what happens after that, right? Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys. Well, the next time you see me, it's either going to be all smiles or just, I don't know, pure anger. Pure anger and frustration. Damn it. Hopefully not. All right. I'll see you guys Thursday. Behave. And, yeah. Cross your fingers. Knock on some wood.